What's up, guys? We're back with another breakdown of free agency video fantasy-wise, and today is going to be about the Miami Dolphins. So they lose Ryan Fitzpatrick. He goes to Washington, where I believe he's going to absolutely kill it. They have a decent team up there. Now, what does that mean for Tua? Hopefully more development. That means more opportunities. We're just not too sure if they're totally sold on Tua. There were a lot of trade rumors that they were going to be going out and getting Russell Wilson or going out and getting Deshaun Watson. Hopefully Tua can continue to develop, and they just brought in Jacoby Brissett as insurance, a solid backup to keep them competitive, because now they have a decent offensive core. They have Mike Gesicki, they have Devontae Parker back, and they also brought in Marvin Jones, and they signed Will Fuller. Now Parker, I believe, is going to be the #1 guy, then Marvin Jones. I have never been really a fan of Will Fuller, trying to rely on him. If you draft him in the 14th, 15th round, good for you. You're not going to be able to get him that low. He's probably going to go more of the 10 to 15 range. He's going to be your wide receiver 4, but you can't rely on him because he's going to go out and get you. Look at as the #1 receiver in Houston last year. I believe he had a 66-point game, but followed that up with a 3-point game and a 1-point game. He also likes to get hurt a lot. Last year, he was fairly healthy, but there have been years where he just, after a really good game, you feel good starting him again, and then he tears his ACL in the first quarter of the game, and you're stuck with an injured player. So I tend not to like him on my team. Somehow, some way, I always am sitting there contemplating, and then you pull the trigger, and then you have buyer's remorse right away. Gesicki is going to be a huge target as well. Tua was starting to throw the ball a little bit better towards the end of the season, but that first few games he was in, he was trying to be in that center part of the field, which is where Gesicki is going to make his living. Even though with Fitzpatrick, he was killing it down the field in out routes, corner routes, stuff like that. I just hope Tua can continue to develop, but I don't have much faith in him. We'll call him a low-end QB2, even a QB3, just depending on how your scoring system works. Gesicki, again, with the tight end market so barren, he'll be a weekly streamer. He'll probably end up in that 12 to 18 range. He'll definitely have good games. He'll have baller weeks, but he'll also have a stretch like he did last year with 5 weeks of 0 points. Devontae Parker, he did show he can stay healthy for a full season or a majority of the season, and he did ball out. But with Will Fuller, who just got signed, and Marvin Jones, we'll see how that dynamic works out. We'll see if maybe Tua can throw the ball downfield more, but I believe Parker is going to be the guy to own in that trio, and then Marvin Jones as well. But more in the wide receiver 4 to 6 range. Devontae Parker is going to be in that low 3, high 4. And then Will Fuller will have boom weeks and terrible weeks. I'm going to say stay away from him. Let's see if I have to eat my words towards the end of the season. But I just don't feel like I'm going to have to. So let's talk about Dynasty now for Tua. Is he going to be a buy low, sell high in a couple of years, or is he just going to be a complete bust? I'm leaning towards he's going to be a bust. Season 2, generally you take a step forward as a quarterback. Just don't see how he does. His confidence has to be shook with all of the talks of him possibly getting traded away. So we'll see how that affects his psyche. I haven't really seen anything on social media how he's taking any of this. So we'll see if he can do this. And he'll actually get an offseason. He'll get, I believe they're doing at least 2 preseason games this year, hopefully a full 4-game slate. So we can kind of see how some of these guys develop. There is a lot of movement this year. Some of the rookies that really didn't have a big offseason. Joe Burrow hopefully getting healthy and playing in a preseason game. We'll get to see how he is dynasty-wise. But I would just hold on to him. If you have Tua, I would just hold on to him for 1 more year. If you can get a good price for him, go ahead and sell him. I don't see him developing into a top 5 quarterback, top 6 quarterback, top 10 quarterback in the near future. I'm going to say if you have him, just go ahead and hold on to him for one more year and then make your determination after next year. If you can trade him now for a solid starter or a decent quarterback or even a high draft pick, go ahead and trade him away. I don't see him being as good as people were expecting him to be for his career. So on that note, that'll be it for us, guys. We will see you next time.